the bridge over here. By the way, if you look at this boat at 8 speed over here, they turn into the fucking support structure. Turn right into it. Okay, it might be a catastrophic. Yeah, the lights go out on the fucking thing. It could be a catastrophic power outage. Yeah, okay, fine, all right. But they steered it right in to the fucking port. Look at the port. That pier, that's right into it. I mean, holy shit, you're better off. Like, oh shit, we're out of power. Okay, well, just keep steaming forward then. They're like, oh shit, we're out of power. Oh fuck, okay, we got back on. Oh shit, it's back out again. Okay, well, fucking, the second that it's back on, steer it right into that fucking support beam. Let's do that. I mean, for fuck's sake. I mean, look at this with your own eyes. Nobody, by the way, nobody knows. The people saying that there is no conspiracy here, you're doing the same thing that the people who are saying it's definitely conspiracy. You're doing the same exact thing. Nobody knows what the hell's going on right here. The fucking, the bridge was hit like, I don't know, 12 hours ago. This is fucking weird and we should look into it. Maybe the boat was hijacked. There was a situation where a boat was cyber hacked and they drove a private commercial boat. The hijackers, they hijacked it and they drove it right into a naval vessel. They attacked the naval vessel. I can't remember where this was at. Maybe like fucking Egypt or some shit like this, but it's been happening. It's been happening. Cyber attacks are going to be the largest amount of attacks that we're going to start seeing in the future. And they're going to get way, 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 way more prevalent. And when you see a big-ass fucking tanker like that lose power, get power, lose power, get power, lose power, get power, and then steer directly into a fucking structure support and take out an entire fucking bridge, maybe you don't come out and tell everybody, shut the fuck up, you're racist. Maybe you sit there and go, we looking into this. Hell yeah, we're looking into this. It's going to take us a minute. Give us a minute. We got to look into this. We need to look at a whole bunch of stuff here. We need to scour that fucking boat's internet. We got to. There's work to be done here. But no, they immediately said there's nothing to see here. Move the shit on. Don't say anything or you're a racist. And we're immediately going to dump a couple $1 billion into rebuilding this bridge immediately. Why is the federal government going to pay for this? First of all, let's say that this is all a horrible accident over here. Why the fuck am I paying for this? Why am I? Fuck Baltimore. Fuck Ukraine. Fuck Baltimore. No, whoever owns that, whatever big-ass fucking corporation owns that boat, or whatever insurance company that they're utilizing, they pay for that fucking, why am I paying for this? Fucking scumbags? But there you go. Shut up. Don't ask questions. Don't worry about it. Look at this at 8 speed. Look at this at 8 speed. That thing goes, I mean, for fuck's sake, you would have been better off just letting that motherfucker drift. Just drift. Oh, shit, we out of power. Okay. He said, oh shit, we out of power. Never mind. Boof. Fucking look into it. That's all we're saying. Look into it. But telling people to look into it. If you don't swallow the mainstream media press and the talking points of these fucking idiots on the left-hand sides who are stonk conspiracy debunkers, they try to shut you down. No, fuck you. That looks weird. Looks weird. All right, guys, thanks so much.
Breaking news, Nez Nation, about the Francis Scott Key Bridge, the I-695 in Baltimore. Apparently, this is just breaking. You won't see this anywhere else. The ship known as the Dali, or Dali, D-A-L-I, is missing. Officials, NTSB officials, and investigators were able to recover and retrieve the black box from the container ship that collapsed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge. And apparently there is 2 minutes missing from the black box right before impact. Let's check out this press conference. This is breaking right here.
Information from the Dali's voyage data recorder, or what we call a VDR, was successfully recovered on the morning of the accident by the U.S. Coast Guard. It was provided to the NTSB upon our arrival. Approximately 6 hours of VDR data was provided to the NTSB. The recording included the time period from midnight to 6 a.m. By regulation, the VDR is required to record 30 days of history, and the NTSB is continuing to obtain more data. The times expressed below, as recorded by the VDR and converted to local Eastern Daylight Time. All information is preliminary and subject to final validation. The VDR data is comprised of audio from the ship's bridge, as well as recordings from the ship's VHF, or very high frequency radios. The quality of that audio varies widely because of the high levels of background noise and alarms. Additional analysis will be performed at the NTSB's lab to filter out the audio and improve its quality. Additionally, the VDR recorded limited sensor data. An example of that data recorded includes the ship's speed, engine RPM, ship's heading, and rudder angle, as well as some alarm information. NTSB engineers are working to identify and validate all of that data. The VDR recorded the ship's departure from Seagirt Marine Terminal at approximately 12:39. It recorded the ship's transit outbound in the Fort McHenry Channel and the striking of the Francis Scott Key Bridge. By 1:07, the ship had entered the channel, and by 1:24, the ship was underway on a true heading of approximately 141 in the Fort McHenry Channel at a speed of over ground of approximately 8 knots, or 9.2 miles per hour. At 01:24 and 59 seconds, numerous audible alarms were recorded on the ship's bridge audio. About the same time, VDR sensor data ceased recording. However, the VDR audio continued to record using the redundant power source. At around 01:26 and 2 seconds, the VDR resumed recording sensor data, and during this time there were steering commands and rudder orders recorded on the audio. At around 01:26 and 39 seconds, the ship's pilot made a general VHF radio call for tugs in the vicinity to assist. About this time, the Pilot Association dispatcher phoned the MDTA duty officer regarding the blackout. Around 01:27 and 4 seconds, the pilot ordered the Dali to drop the port anchor and ordered additional steering commands. Around 1:27 and 25 seconds, the pilot issued a radio call over the VHF radio reporting that the Dali had lost all power and was approaching the bridge. Around this time, MDTA data shows the following also occurred. Their duty officer radioed 2 of their units that were already on scene due to construction on the bridge, 1 on each side of the bridge, and ordered them to close traffic on the bridge. All lanes were then shut down by MDTA. Around 01:29, the ship's speed over ground was recorded at just under 7 knots, or 8 miles per hour. From this moment until approximately 1:29 and 33 seconds, the VDR audio recorded sounds consistent with the collision of the bridge. Additionally, around this time, MDTA dash cameras show the bridge lights extinguishing. Additional analysis of the VDR audio in comparison with other time sources will be needed to determine the exact time of contact between the Dali and the bridge. At 1:29 and 39 seconds, the pilot reported the bridge down over the VHF radio to the Coast Guard. The NTSB will later convene a group of technical experts to review the entire VDR recording and develop a detailed transcript of the dialogue and the event alarms as recorded.
A few areas of that I just want to clarify. The data that we received from the Coast Guard, which was they were able to obtain on the bridge by downloading the information from the VDR from midnight to 6 a.m. That's a standard time frame. They provide that immediately, so we can see that time frame around when the accident or incident occurred, knowing that we can go back and get the rest, that there should be 30 days there. So this is the immediate information.
Wait a minute. I'm confused. So, and by the way, that was Jennifer Homendi, the NTSB chair. Boy, she's had a busy few months, has she not? If you don't recall, we covered this story too. The Alaskan Airlines door popping off, the Boeing MAX, 737 MAX airplane, and now the Boeing CEO has just resigned. Boy, she's had a really, really busy 2024. She's been all over the TV. You mean to tell me, if I'm understanding this correctly, the black box is missing 2 minutes of recording right before the Dali crashed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge? That's exactly what they just said. It's missing the recording, and then it somehow, interestingly, strangely, bizarrely, it picked up recording again 2 minutes later. Is that normal? That seems really odd to me. And so I just wanted to share that with you because it's, my last video, I wasn't trying to, and if you missed the last video where I go through exactly everything and the video, et cetera, I do a detailed animation. No conspiracy here. I'm not one of these guys. I'm not a conspiracy guy. I only allude to things that seem really interesting, the facts, evidence, substance that is given, the intelligence that I do on my own due diligence, qualitative and quantitative research that mainstream media doesn't talk to you about. And then I just simply share that, and I simply have my own take on it. I'm the first person to admit, I'm not an engineer. I'm not a container ship pilot. I don't know anything about this stuff. But when I see patterns and when I see interesting things arise and anomalies like this, it's worth talking about.